So this is in China. Parents are hiring intimidating uncles. These aren't really uncles. They're like mob members and shit. Like I know Yakuza is Japan, but that's what he looks like to me in the picture.
Mm-hmm.
And they're basically, when kids are getting bullied, they send these uncles in to threaten and rough up the bullies. They pay $443 a day, which is 500,000 KRWs, whatever the heck that might be. And there's like a chaperone package where the the uncle will protest in front of office buildings and scream, "A parent of a bully works here." Shit like that.
Hell yes.
I'm loving it, man.
Oh,
that's great. Man, you hire a... I wonder how competitive the anti-bully market is for uncles.
Oh.
Like, oh no, I beat anti-bully uncle for 400 a day. It's like, oh no, I do for 300. Like, you think it's very competitive, trying to make sure your kids are safe?
Maybe there's an anti-bully market to be delved into, Taylor. I bet these guys, these bully masters, are like the tallest men in the province, and they're 5'9" or something like that. Like, look at this guy smoking the cigarette with the full arm tat. He doesn't look scary to me.
Taylor,
okay?
can you share? I'm sorry, Chiz, can you show that picture?
He doesn't look scary to me. He looks somewhat annoyed, like he can't find which apartment to bring the Grubhub food to.
He looks like someone else stole his parking spot. That's about how pissed he looks.
He just realized he left his lighter at home. That's the look on his face right now. He's like, motherfucker. I think someone like you, for example, you could go over there and you could be the anti-bully guy, and you could be like, make it 500 and I'll beat the shit out of that fool out there smoking in his $800 car. Like, you just go slap that guy around, and you're the bully's anti-bully.
This is a good idea. This is a business. Ma'am, yes, this is my translator. I know you don't speak a lick of English. I'm happy to go in and beat the shit. I know your son is a prominent bully, the best in the province, I've heard, and I'll be damned if I'm going to let that sort of promise slow him down in the political game. He's the next Xi Jinping, potentially. And so, how about this? You give me 500,000 or whatever bullshit money you people use, and I will beat the shit out of any Chinese threatening uncle in the world. I'm an American. I brought a gun. And then I get hired, and think about it. Like, this doesn't even have to be a one client thing. How many Asian uncle anti-bullies could I beat up in a day if I'm making 500,000 ching chong per day?
Jesus fuck.
You know, I'm gonna be loaded.
And I imagine you the whole time dressed as Uncle Sam, right? Like, you show up like Apollo Creed in Rocky IV, like you're doing a little dance. James Brown is singing for you, and you've got the top, American flag top hat, the full thing, and you're like, this is for Trump, and you just beat these guys down.
That might be the wrong direction to go, because I don't think they're that afraid of the Americans or Trump. We haven't fucked with them in a while. You know who Chinese people dislike?
The Japanese.
The Japanese. So I will dress in full samurai regalia, not the real stuff. I'm not going to invest too much in this. Just like a the darkness, kind of like a open 6 weeks a year Halloween store level samurai is what I'm going to purchase. Okay. And that'll really threaten them, because they know the rape of Nanking. They know
I was
how
about
much
to say,
those
I'm going to go Nanking on you.
Yes. You know what? I bet saying I'm going to go Nanking on your ass in China is like really offensive.
Whoa! Ooh, is it very offensive?
I'm glad that you went with samurai, because I was brainstorming as you were getting there, and I'm coming up with skinny Japanese guys in skinny pants and long styled hair. Ladies love,
they
but
don't
bullies
fear.
don't. No, who would?
They don't fear the modern Japanese man. They fear the past Japanese man, the samurai, the honorable samurai.
You could be,
and I would even beat the shit out of them in a fake accent like this that they would clearly see through. It would only add to their shame.
I see,
little
like,
Dracula mixed in there.
knockoff competitors.
Yes, aha! How many times will I punch you today? One punch, a two punches.
You could be the samurai, right? But there's other Japanese tough guys. We could have big sumo wrestlers come around, and they're like thongs and.
See, but then you get into the endurance game. You got to have a lot of clients to keep this business up. Those sumo folks are going to be burnt after one belly bump. You know, then he has to get across town, find another bully. You know, imagine how many people are in China, and like the amount of bullies here is at most a quarter that of China. So there's a lot of money to be made in the bully market, especially with China, where their culture is like, oh, you don't let us cheat, we cheat anyway. Like, you have to let us cheat. It's not, if you don't let us cheat, it's not fair. Like, that's what we went over last time, remember?
Their idea of R&D is stealing tech.
Yeah, it really is. There's a lot of countries out there that are like, yeah, we're just going to wait for the U.S. or Russia or someone to figure this out, and then we'll pilfer it. So, yeah, this is a good business idea. I'm going to put this next to Tilk.
Yeah, there was a movie like this, honestly. I can't remember the name of the movie, but basically this kid's getting picked on in school, and he hires a bully. Like some kid who's rides
Matthew
this motor.
Isn't it? Where they
He
hire
hires
him to
a
make
really
him
quiet
badass?
guy. I
Yeah.
don't think he hired a bully. He just hired a tough guy.
Yeah, he hires a tough guy to like deal with his bully problem. Well, his bully goes and hires a much tougher tough guy who bullies the bully beater and
Throws
like
his motorcycle in the lake.
beats his ass and like throws his motorcycle in the lake. It's great. It's
Is
really
it
good.
Drill Bit Taylor?
I don't remember the name of the movie. I was just Googling trying to find what the name of it was. Is it How to Beat a Bully?
I mean,
No,
the
that's
title
some
sounds
kid's
right.
movie.
Yeah, I
No,
don't
that's
know.
some bullshit movie. I can't find it, but yeah, it's a pretty good movie. And at the end, of course, there's redemption where
It's called The Bodyguard. Oh, it's called My Bodyguard.
okay,
My Bodyguard. And
My
it's
Bodyguard.
from 1980.
yeah. And at the end, both of the bullied gentlemen get their revenge. The kid who initially hired a guy to help him out, he stands up to his own bully himself and beats him up. And the guy who was hired to deal with that guy also stands up to the much bigger guy, and he also beats him up. So it's a good ending.
You know, the risky part about going to China and being a bully for hire is that you can't blend afterward. Like, they're going to be like, hey, what's that guy look like that beat you up? It's like, well, he's white, he's got a beard and dark hair,
And he's in
he's
a
a head
samurai
taller
costume
than
for some
he's a head
reason.
taller than everyone else, and he's wearing a rice farmer's hat. Oh my God, there he is! Yeah. Yeah. I don't know why he wore a rice farmer's hat. Yeah, look at him. He looks like a goddamn picnic tent over there in comparison to these people. So yeah, that might. We'd have to get those glasses that like are really offensive that make your eyes look Asian, like Anthony Cumia
Like
used to
fucking
wear
Mickey
those.
Rooney in that movie.
Yeah, like Mickey Rooney glasses, like those. Oh, I feel like if we go too far with this, we're gonna get beat up by the normal Chinese people instead of just having to fight the bullies.